Let's say Sarah, she's 20 years old and she invests $30,000. She's been saving. Her parents gave her a bit of money. She sold a whole life insurance policy that her parents put on her when she was a little kid. She got a gift from a grandparent. She takes her $30,000 and she invests it in real estate as a down payment on a house. And we're going to use an ROI, or a rate of return, of 15%. If you think this is high, then keep watching these videos because it's actually relatively low and relatively straightforward to achieve much higher than this. But I'm using 15% so no one gets lost at the rate of return and they can learn about compound interest and the crazy power it has. She invests her $30,000. So the first year she gets $4,500, which means at the end of the year, her investment is worth $34,500. Now this isn't cash. She can't go spend this. It's invested in her property. It's stuck there for now. And that's okay because it's going to keep going up each year. So the next year, instead of making $4,500, she's making $5,100 and change. And then the next year again, it keeps going up and keeps going up. Her rate of return is the same. And this is compound interest. It means that the rate of return, even though it's the same each year, is going up off of not the original investment, but on the original investment plus the accrued interest or accrued income. And then you'll notice at the end of the fourth year, so technically she's 25 now, she will have $60,000, which is double what she started with. And you're going to see this here called the rule of 72. You can take 72, divide it by your rate of return as a whole number, so not 15%, but at 15, you will get how many years roughly it takes to double. It's not exact, but it's real close. Magic of 72, really quick way to figure it out. So if I said I'm making 12%, I know it's 6 years. If I'm making 20%, I know it's 3.6 years to double my money. And so you can do simple math. You're like, 72 divided by my rate of return of 20, it's going to take 3.6. You can do this on your phone. You don't need to have a finance degree. One last note on that. So when you get really high rate of returns, the rule of 72 breaks down. So we know that every 5 years or just under, she's going to be doubling her money. And so at age 30, she shouldn't have 90, but 120, because she's not doubling the 30 anymore. She's now doubling the 60. And then after that, at 40, she'll have almost 500. And it just keeps going up until her retirement age, let's just say is 55 in this case, almost $4 million at the age of 55. And that is with no more money, no more investment. She has a sibling though. And her sibling John saw her, he's a little bit older, and he saw her investing and was like, oh my goodness, I need to get in on this. This looks incredible. So he started investing at 27. And he did the same thing. He took $30,000 that he'd saved and he invested into a house. Got the same rate of return, same increase, same compound interest. At 55, he has $1.5 million, which is still incredible. You can still do a lot with that. Let's say you're 30 years old. Again, it doesn't matter the age, because right now we're just understanding compound interest and how it works. And you can change the amount in the worksheet to whatever feels good for you. And this rate of return, you can move to 20% if you want, and you can play with it. So if you want this, just email me. I'll leave my email in the description of this video. I'll send you this sheet so you can play with your age, put what original investment you have in, put what rate of return you're comfortable with. And if you're saying like, oh, well, I know I can get 10%, great. You can do 10%. So again, 15%, I'm very comfortable with that. I'm actually comfortable with higher. So compound interest is incredible. The age you invest totally matters, but so does the amount you invest and the rate of return for compound interest. These three numbers change everything for compound interest. Write down in the comments what this means for you, what this does for you. What does this change? Does it make you less scared, more scared, excited? You got to get started today, because I know it sure does for me. I want to start investing more and more every time I look at this. I'm like, I know I'm doing great, but I can do better. I can do more because it's so exciting.